Hey everybody, look who has returned for more of the fun and frolic and Irish crack here on the Jim Masters Show. My great friend and yours, Neil Byrne, coming to us live from Ireland. He's going to update us on a lot of cool things since we chatted last. This is actually the trifecta for Neil. This is his third visit here on the Jim Masters Show live, entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series. I'm your host, Jim Masters. We are here in the New York area, along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston in the United States. Neil, of course, is there at home in Ireland. He's got a whole U.S. tour he's embarking on. He's got lots of new music, and he's doing his solo tour, which is really incredible. Of course, you know him from Celtic Thunder and love him from Celtic Thunder. You know him from Byrne and Kelly and love him from there, but he's embarking on his own solo tour, and it's really cool. And of course, he's got his family and his friends, and he's been really busy. We were just chatting beforehand, updating each other on the cool things that we've been doing. We've known each other literally since Celtic Thunder came to the United States. I was tasked with interviewing the guys very early when they came over, and we have evidence of that. We always like to dig these up for those who have not seen them. These go back a ways. There's Keith and Neil in the studios. This is at PBS, of course, and we all just became friends ever since then. And we were interviewing them and talking about what Celtic Thunder is all about, and of course all the different incarnations over the years, and just really cool stuff. I've done the meets and greets and emceed concerts for the guys and so much more, but we do go way back. And you know what? We've stayed friends. We've stayed in touch, which I think is really a beautiful thing. And Neil is a big supporter of our series. He loves watching. He's a subscriber to our YouTube channel. I mean, he goes full circle. That's what friends are for, as they say. Neil, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to come back. As you said, 3 times. And I think the first time when I joined you, it was in its infancy, wasn't it? Like it was... I believe you've done like over 900 episodes. That's incredible. That is incredible. It just seems like yesterday when you told me this is starting, would you fancy coming on and being with me for an episode, And I was like, yeah, absolutely. But now, my God, you're heading for the 1,000 mark, which is quite a celebration.
It's incredible. It's a lot of conversations and entertainment and good times with all these amazing guests from all around the world. And you are one of our favorites because when we have you on, you're always, real and authentic, and you're always excited. And we love having you here. And how have you been since we chatted last? We actually chatted during the crazy times of the last 3 years, and we've been updating each other on our lives and careers, and with everybody watching, rooting for, all the things that we do. How have you been since we chatted last, my friend?
I've been great, Jim. Thank God. And thank you very, very much for having me back. I've been great. I've been just extremely busy, just trying to balance things, and of course, I think the last time I was talking to you, Jim, I had my first little girl, Fleur. Now I have my second little girl, Ren. So we've 2, yeah. So that's busy. That's busy because my better half, Nicole, my partner, she does be busy too. So it is very much a juggling act. But do you know what? I think through it all, I've learned how to use my time better. When I think to myself, what did I do with all my time before I had 2 kids? What did I actually do, And maybe if I had a job to do, I'd spend the day doing it. Now I say, okay, I have an hour and a half to write the last verse of this song or something, whatever it is, and I get it done because I have that window of time and you use it. So there's like, it's constructive in a way to be kind of disciplined in that way, But yeah, I've been very, very busy, just like since the pandemic. That's awful word, but the pandemic in one sense was kind of, it worked for me in one way. And that was that I had no distractions because I'd no gigs. I'd no, like everybody else, I'd no gigs. There was no plans for the tours, didn't know when it was going to end. So I spent a lot of my time even by myself and walking in the woods down along the coastline. I was constantly writing music, and personally, I feel it brought the best out of me. And yeah, and that's the reason I think really why it really pushed me to go out and do a solo tour, because I've a lot of solo music now with subject matters that have affected me more than ever. They're all about true stories. It's not like getting up and saying, I'll write a song. It just when I feel there's a story that needs to be painted by a bit of music, that's when I write the song, So that's what I've been busy doing, that really busy, and doing some other music projects too. But yeah, so it's refreshing, but it's something, you mentioned the start of Celtic Thunder, we're talking now, it's crazy to say this, but 15 years ago. And I've always written music even long before then, and people along the way have said to me, but you write a lot of music, would you do some solo gigs by yourself? Some of the lads do. And I said, yeah, and like obviously been very busy and with Celtic Thunder and Byrne Celtic, which has been brilliant, and which, so it was nice to do something new as well, so I just felt, yeah, okay, what is a good time? And I just said, let's do it now, because I have the music there. And as they say, if you have something to say, go out and say it,
Absolutely. And what was that process like? When did you start thinking, gee, I think I'll do a solo situation and I'll tour, I'll go around Ireland and UK, and then I'll come to the United States where there's a huge fan base as well. Was that something you always wanted to do anyway? And then this time period and all that we've gone through in our lives sort of precipitated that, sort of gave you the entree to do it? Was it something that was always in the back of your head, or was this now the time to do it?
Yeah, I suppose I kind of felt if I don't do it now, I never will do it. I for some reason, I kind of felt that, I said, okay, let's just go out and do it and try it and enjoy it, and with that in mind as well, it kind of pushes you to get up every morning and work really, really hard at it. And when I get my teeth into something, a project, I work really, really hard at it just to try and get it as best as I possibly can, And I have to say, just the people I've met through the years because of Celtic Thunder and Byrne Celtic are just amazing people that are just want you to do well. They're just really, really selfless, that want you to do well. And it's really given me, just positive vibes about what I do. I'm not trying to conquer the world, what I do. I wouldn't be the most even confident performer, but I suppose it's just because of what that positivity I've got through the years. It just felt a good time to do it. And because, as I said, I've been writing a lot of music and songs that mean an awful lot to me. What's behind the song means a lot to me. I don't go into a room anymore, which I used to, and go blank canvas and try to write a song. I just don't get that really anymore. You know what I mean? It's just when I could be talking to you, Jim, and you might bring up something and tell me about something, and the story has an effect on me and sticks with me. And maybe there's something in it that has a nice sentiment about the story that I feel music will add lovely color to this story. That's the way I kind of feel about it now, and I enjoy it in that aspect, So yeah, I suppose I've been a long time out there playing with bands and writing music with bands and part of duos and the show and all that type of thing. I've never gone out solo by myself to sing my own songs. I've played solo in Ireland, God, going back probably 20 years ago. I used to do some gigs in like hotels and pubs and stuff like that. But to be singing your own music and to have people that like what you do is amazing. As I say, I'm not, not trying to conquer the world, but I just, it means an awful lot when people like what you do and they turn up to have a nice evening with you. That means a lot,
Absolutely right. And I would imagine too, having the family also puts a different spin on it. When you were breaking out of the gate with Celtic Thunder and everything else, Neil was Neil doing his thing, the singer, songwriter, musician, and making sure you were everywhere and all those tours and cities and hours and studios and just everything. And once you have the family and, there's the family time and the kids, it also puts a different spin on the thinking of life and how to proceed and react to it and live through it going forward. I would imagine some of that has come into play as well, having the kids and your family, that's adding to this desire to tell deeper stories and have music that really touches and impacts and inspires people. Not that any of the music prior didn't, it does, but this is coming direct from Neil's soul.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's the most important thing. And you touched on something there, like with family, and I think, I don't know, with having the two kids, it actually, even though I'm busy, it's made me slow down a little bit and just reflect on things a lot more, and not just be part of this big, mad, crazy rat race. So that has been a good thing. And you're talking about family when you have then kids of your own. I think more about my people of the past as well. And I've, over the last few years, I've written quite now 2 or 3 songs about my family and traditions, and a couple of crazy stories as well through ancestry and all that popped up
Yeah.
that just blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind. And
What's something that
because,
you found that blew your mind? What would be one?
well, one of them that stands out is during my ancestry report, which we did an episode with the home series with Celtic
Yeah.
Thunder, really enjoyable. Was that my genealogist? She had all the birth certs and death certs, except for one death cert for my family, of all the Byrne side of the family, for 250 years. I
Wow.
was wondering where she only had a record of a man named John Mulvey to when he was about 22 years old, and then the record, nothing else of him. She thought it was very strange because she hadn't come across this, in the sense that you usually have the death certs, no matter how they died, it's recorded somewhat. But anyway, it hadn't. And I can tell you the long version of this or the short version of it, but maybe I'll go somewhere in the middle. But I'll try. While we were recording in Glencullen in County Wicklow, up the mountains, where all my family were from, they were all stone cutters for over 200 years up there in the mountains, and I was up there filming. And I stopped to ask a few people where a certain place was, a place called the Two Rock Mountain, where they used to, get the granite from the ground, basically, So I stopped and I was talking to these guys, and I asked them where the Two Rock Mountain was. They said to me, yeah, it's the far side of that mountain there, over the other side of the road. I said, right, okay. So we got chatting, and they were really nice. And to cut a long story short, I asked them what their surname was, and they said Mulvey. And I said, well, I'm a Byrne. I said, the Byrnes have been around here for over 250 years, could be longer. And they said, yeah, same with ourselves. And then I remembered Mulvey came up with my genealogist. And I remembered one name, which was James Mulvey. And I said, James Mulvey mean anything to you guys? And the guy said to me, yeah, that was my grandfather. Well, James Mulvey was my grandfather, And then they started mentioning different names, and I recognized the names. So it turned out, I just turned to lads and said, lads, we're second cousins, which was just bizarre that I bumped into second cousins that I never knew I had. But because their name was Mulvey, I said, John Mulvey. Do you know of a John Mulvey? And they said, yeah, John Mulvey was our great uncle, he was locked up in Kilmainham jail. in 1916 Rising. And I couldn't believe this. So basically, there was a documentary made as well. And on the documentary, in one of the basement cells in Kilmainham jail was where John Mulvey was kept prisoner. But on the cell wall to this day are his words: "Unto this cell I bid farewell. I want to see no more. For it's many a weary hour I walked from window to the door." Basically,
Wow.
you could hear his torment. So I wrote a song through the eyes of my great 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 uncle John Mulvey. But I suppose I have to say, like, both of us wrote it together, because I used the words on the cell wall are the words of the chorus of the song that I wrote called Farewell, So it was quite things like that happened. Just an amazing thing that kind of blew me away. And as I said, when I read those words, I could hear a chorus. I wrote the words as best I could through his eyes and wrote the song Farewell. Since then, I've played it on the Celtic Thunder stage and across America, and it's been amazing to do it. But different things like that, that popped up in my ancestry were really, really intriguing, and really I really just wanted to write about it and kind of tip my hat to my ancestors and all, and speak of their names again, and that haven't been spoke of for hundreds of years. So I just felt a very positive kind of spiritual thing about it, Jim.
Did you find that are you 100% Irish on both sides of the family, or are there other nationalities sort of mixed in there?
99.7% Irish and 0.3 Cypriot.
Interesting, right? And did you know that, or did the DNA thing, the ancestry, figure that out for you?
The ancestry figured that out, yeah.
Wow.
No, I never knew that. So I'm gonna head over someday and ask them, what's the story here? What's the crack? Do you know any of my folks from hundreds of years ago here? Yeah, I know. It's those things that you find out. And you know what? I always say it, but I think if for people that haven't studied maybe their ancestry, it's really well worth doing. It's very, very intriguing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would recommend it. We've got a lot of family, big family on both sides, especially my mother's side. And the relatives have been digging, and my mother's the youngest of 16. So it's a huge family just on her side.
Right.
And they've been digging and digging and digging. We found like 150 relatives up north in Canada we didn't even know we had, that settled a town and settled a mountain up in New Brunswick, Kierstead Falls, Kierstead Mountain. We didn't know anything about any of that until relatives here in the States have been doing lots of digging, and they, put pieces together and, tracing back to Europe. And when you have ancestral records that go back like 250 years, I mean, you're talking about what? The age of America?
I know.
You know what I mean? It's incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of, a lot of records got lost when the British took over at that time.
Yeah.
But you can delve even further. I'd love to go back further. But you just mentioned there 16 children. I find it difficult with 2. 16. There must be a big kitchen table.
I was going to say, and 16 in only a span of 20 years. So my mother's the youngest and Gertrude's the oldest, and all in between, I guess they wanted to have a baseball team maybe, or have them work the land or something,
That is incredible. And you know what? No, that is pretty special. That's really, really amazing. God, yeah, I'm just trying to get my head around, 16 kids around, but it must be pretty incredible. Like, just a very special thing to have in the house. Like, it's just a constant energy, I'd imagine,
Especially when you have gatherings and get-togethers and all kinds of things like that, everybody together. Those are the real special occasions,
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing tops family with all the wonderful things that, the busy careers have given you, have given me, given us. Still, it always comes back to the loved ones, the family and the friends. That's what it's all about. That's why you really do what we do, right?
Absolutely. Now you
You know,
said it. Now you
yeah.
said
So do you miss the all the dates and all of that with Celtic Thunder? Are they putting something together? Are they, I know a lot of people probably thinking, is Celtic Thunder going
Yeah.
to be back, pounding the pavement again soon?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. We've recorded a brand new album,
Cool.
and that will be coming out soon. Very, very excited about that. We put a lot of work into it, and it's been a while since we've had something brand new to offer. Now
Yeah.
we do, which is really, really cool. Yeah, we hope to go out for a fall tour.
Cool.
Um, yeah, in the States. And I think some Canadian dates in there as well. I'm not sure, don't have the dates yet, but I think it's going to be a busy tour. And yeah, with this new album, we've a lot to say, a lot to say. Get out there and do it. So the lads are really excited. So am I. And yeah, it's just really good vibes about it, and looking forward to getting out there and doing it.
What's really cool is your lighting and my lighting is giving us tans like we just came from South Florida. We both have these glows of like tan. It's like we
Uh,
just came back from surfing off Miami. It's
Yeah, you have
cool.
better tan than I have now, but it's
It's a little bit.
we've had the worst. What did they say? The worst, the wettest March in 30 years or something we had here.
Everybody I
It
was
was just
talking to.
every day. It was just rain. It was dreadful. It's a little bit better now. It's cleared up a bit now. But yeah, yeah. I'm looking
We've never
forward to.
talked about this, but what do you like to do aside from music? I mean, you're so adept at music. Everybody knows you for the music, but aren't you involved? Isn't the family involved in like woodworking and all kinds of things like that? Tell us about the other things you do to balance the busyness and the demands of the musical career.
Yeah, I mean, as you know yourself, Jim, you know, I don't think it's a healthy thing to just completely concentrate on one thing all the time. Yes, it's a vocation, but at the same time, you need an outlet. You need different things. My as a lot of people would know, my joy and love, like everybody loves, I think, a certain sport. Mine is snooker, which is like let's call it the English version of pool. It's the bigger table with all the red balls and the colors. So I love playing snooker because you know why? There's such a contrast as well between playing snooker and music. Music, obviously, it's full of energy, and it's you're out there to perform, give it everything you have to put across the best possible performance, and put a song across the best way you possibly can. Snooker, you're in a room and it's all about not really talking. It's all about concentration, the sound of the balls even hitting, the smell of the cloth on the table. Just one of the most difficult sports to play ever. It's commonly known, and it really is. There's fine margins in it, you see. But I love that because it does have such a contrast to music. So sometimes what I will do if I'm working hard during the day or whatever like that, I'll have a game of snooker at the end of the day. I really enjoy that. Only a few days ago I was over in England, in Sheffield, at the World Championships snooker at the theatre, the famous Crucible Theatre. I know there was a Canadian that won it in 1982. That was Cliff Thorburn, his name was. But yeah, that's what I love, Jim. I love my snooker. And I love getting out now. I love getting out and going for a walk, bringing the kids and myself and Nicole, and just enjoying there's something about the sea that has always attracted me.
Me
I
too. I'm an
love,
ocean. Yeah.
there's a magnetism about it. There's a calmness about it.
Yeah.
I just love that, and so everything I'm describing, I suppose, to you right now, apart from music, is very kind of
Yeah.
low key. I bring it down, and that's probably because I'm getting older. As I like it more low keyed. It's like my music as well. The rock bands have gone years ago, and my music is becoming more folky and traditional, So, but I'm enjoying that, So yeah, I definitely do need those little bits of outlet as well, For
Do
sure.
you like to cook? You are in a kitchen right now, and our viewers are noticing the nice kitchen. I'm in like the studio atmosphere, but you are in the kitchen.
I am in the kitchen. Do you know
You
what? I came into,
what's
I
your
came,
specialty, Neil?
oh God Almighty! I'm not. I'm certainly not at all. Do you know what we got? We got one of those air fryers.
Oh yeah.
They are the business. They make things very, very easy. But I am so lucky. Nicole is a gifted cook, and she wouldn't say it. She wouldn't say it to anyone, but oh my God, she's just brilliant. She's just everything is so tasty, like what she does. So I'm very, very lucky to have that. Yeah, I made an Irish stew once.
Did you really?
Once, yeah.
Is that because the feedback was, or just you're busy, you're too busy?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I kind of went by my mum's guidelines, which is brilliant because she's a fantastic cook. It was great,
Yes.
but yeah, it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. Put it that way. But as Frank Sinatra said, "Let me try again." Yeah, I
So
should give it another go.
that's exactly right. And you did it my way. You did it your way.
I did.
That's
I
it.
did.
How are the guys doing? Of course, I'm sure you're in touch with Colin and Keith and Ryan, of course, and Damien. Congratulations to Damien. He's been on our show. I mean, all the guys have been on the Jim Master show multiple times, and they're all welcome back to join us. But Damien, of course, just did the Irish version of Dancing with the Stars and got right towards the end there. How cool was that, huh?
Unbelievable, because the competition was really, really tall. Like, you know what I mean? Really, really good. And as Damien would tell you himself, he's not a dancer. None of us guys are next or near dancers,
But he
But
was working it, huh?
he worked it, and he worked really, really hard at it. And to be honest with you, and not to be controversial, but I think it was taken from him. He should have, and I really mean that. He should have won it, and I'm
From
not
what
the
I
only,
saw, because we
I'm
saw
not
it, we
the
could
only
see
person to say it. Yeah.
we could see clips of it here, and from what I saw, I would agree. I think it was a very surprised ending there all of a sudden.
Yes,
Yeah.
very, very surprised, very, very surprised. But he seemed to really, really enjoy it. I went into the one of the stages, one of the last actually ones that he'd done, was it? Yeah, two from the end or something, and it was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was so well done, and he was just amazing.
And does
Yeah.
that now mean that Neil Byrne may be doing it?
Yeah.
And would you
No.
like to make any announcements exclusively here, my friend, on the show, or next season on Dancing with the Stars, Ireland?
Jim, I tell you, I'll stick to singing a few songs. I can only about do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the dancing, no. Now, we do have a bit of a dance when it's about maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on the tour bus. You know what I mean? When we've a day off the next day, so we're letting the hair down a little bit. But yeah, no, all the guys are doing great. All the guys are doing great.
That's great.
Yeah, everybody. It's funny when if we haven't seen each other in quite a while. Say like Colin's not in the group anymore. Comes in and out every now and then. But if I haven't seen him for a year and he comes in, it's like I seen him last week. That type of way. It's really like that with us all. We're kind of a big wide family. It's always been a great thing about Celtic Thunder. Celtic Thunder socially has always been a wonderful place.
Because that was a very key time in your lives, even age-wise, experience-wise, and here you guys are put together as a group like Celtic Thunder, and now you're touring the world. You're not just there in Ireland, Scotland, England. You're now coming over to the United States and Canada, and all of a sudden people are, following you guys and following what you're doing and wanting more and all of it, and all these shows and concerts and
Yeah,
specials. It was a very important time in your lives in developing
absolutely.
who you
Absolutely.
were as people, right?
It is. It's amazing, Jim. Like, even the what you call it, you've seen it there earlier, the show, a concert that I recorded there a few weeks ago and put online on Vimeo, and I couldn't believe the amount of countries. There was 17 countries from people. I was going, how did they even see that? But I suppose, like, in one sense, the world is a much smaller place now, in the digital age, obviously, and people find things. But the amount of support that we get, and Celtic Thunder in general, from around the world is pretty amazing. It really is pretty amazing,
Yeah, right. Yeah, you'll always have the continued connection. And then, of course, Byrne and Kelly, are you guys still working on things with that as well?
Yeah, we just came back from a tour there.
You
God, I lose track of time. We
you
were
did,
out.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, we were out for 2 weeks. And we did actually a really enjoyable tour. It was great. It was really fun. I mean, I can't believe we're over 10 years now.
Could you believe that?
I
Right.
know, it is incredible. It's pretty incredible. It just, those 10 years just went by so quick. Like, that's the scary thing about it,
Yeah. Yes, yes. Do you see any musical aptitude in your kids? Are they showing signs of
Well,
learning?
it's, funny enough, Fleur seems to go for the drums a lot now. She goes to have a bower on in there of tambourines and percussion and all that for recording, in the other room. And she'll walk out and she just likes to bang the drums all the time now. That's her go-to. But yeah, it's funny, and she likes listening to Elton John. Yeah, she likes Elton John. That's her go-to at the moment. But here, I just want to say, for people writing in there, thanks very much. Can't name everybody, but
You see them
thanks
all?
thanks
Yes.
to everybody for stopping in tonight, and taking the time to come
Yes.
on. And I hope you're enjoying our chat.
They're all here. The Jim Master Show, JMS Lovities are here, and all the fans of Neil. And that's what's cool about this. They all merge, and we sort of bring everybody together, and then everybody becomes, like one family, which I think is so cool. I'm big about that anyway. I've always been like that.
Yeah,
I'm not into extremes. I like to bring people together, and this is so nice to see that happening. And so
it is.
this concert, this tour, as you were saying, really is something different, unique, and quite special. Give us some ideas of when people get to see you doing your thing, what they can expect, what you hope they get out of the Neil Byrne concert performances that are coming to the States here.
Sure, Jim. I suppose when my whole thing about songs is kind of, I feel that I always think of it in colors for some reason.
Oh,
But
yeah.
a certain color in a certain song, when to bring in another color at a certain time. I'm all for guitar and vocal. That's lovely, and it works really well. Always has. But I do like, even for me, bringing in different colors while a song is moving. And I've basically, kind of over time figuring out how to do that. And basically, I use loop pedals that will loop sounds for me. And I basically use the body of the guitar for percussion, and I'll loop that going. I have a pickup that plays, so I can play the bass guitar on the acoustic guitar alongside simultaneously with the lead guitar as well. And even backing vocals at times, I bring in through a little microphone that's in the back of my guitar. So it's it's basically because I get a really good sense of, as I said, the color of the song, how the song should be moving. So throughout my gig, I often see that the gig needs to travel right. You know, you don't want a flat point in a gig. It needs to travel right, the show itself. It needs to be the right length and the right keys at the right time, introducing the right feel at the right time as well. So I think putting the right set is a bit of an art form together. But yeah, so what I do is bring in, and like on that online concerts that I that I recorded, and it's still up on my website if people want to go and have a look. It's there's a trailer there too that they can see, a sizzle reel. But yeah, you will see in different songs of how I will choose different colors, different songs. And sometimes it's just an improv thing. I might just add in a little guitar line somewhere and record it, and it plays over back to what I'm playing as the song is moving, you know. So yeah, it's like that, you know. And I'm playing, you know, songs there, some cover songs that I've loved for years, and I've done arrangements of the likes of Dublin, the Rare Old Times, and The Water Is Wide, some stuff like that, even down to a song that got me started. That was Noreen. You know, it was the first song I ever sang on with Celtic Thunder, you know. So I'm kind of a little bit of going back through the years of my journey to now, and these new songs, you know, that I've just written. But as I said, you know, it's adding these colors throughout the set that I hope people will enjoy, you know.
Is there another album coming out?
An album, I don't, but what I do have is, for anybody going to these shows, I'll have a free EP for everybody.
Oh, cool. That's
so
cool.
Basically, it'll be a download, and they will get a code for the download. And for anybody coming to the gigs, we'll get a free EP. So it'll be free for 4 new songs, basically.
That is absolutely cool.
I'll have a signed poster as well, a small poster with new pictures and stuff like that.
Awesome.
You know? So, yeah, it was just nice people have been really, really good to me. It's nice to give something back, you know.
That's right. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yes.
While we're on it, I think if people want to, all my gigs are listed on the site there. Most of the gigs I'm doing are in private dwellings, you know, but the tickets, like any, are open to the public, you know. There's only even sometimes 40 to 50 tickets being sold in these private dwellings, you know. But everybody, you know, obviously are so welcomed to come. For my first outing of 2 weeks, I've kept it quite small to go out and do it. I will go back out at some stage in the year again, probably around the September time, and I'll be playing more venues and stuff like that, you know. But so I'm going out. My first gig is going to be in June 9th in Arlington Heights in Illinois. 10th St. Louis, I'll be playing there. Nashville, DeLonga in Georgia, Greer in South Carolina, Woodbridge, Virginia, Catonsville, Maryland, Clearville, Pennsylvania, Southampton, Pennsylvania, Saddlebrook, New Jersey. So all of these places I'll be playing in. So it's like 11 shows, you know. So
cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's a short tour, and as I said, to start off with, but I'm looking forward to bringing the show to it, you know.
You probably, once you get a taste of doing this, you'll probably fall in love with it and want to do more, and probably eventually end up adding cities as you go along, or coming back, because I would imagine, you know, people all around the country and into Canada are going to want to see more of you do your thing in the solo form, with uniqueness, like you're saying, the uniqueness of what they're going to experience. Not really necessarily the Byrne and Kelly or the Celtic Thunder, Neil from his own heart and soul at this stage of his life, which I think is so cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, Jim, you know. And I've been overwhelmed with the amount of people that have reached out to me and said hey, I'd love to have you here, or I'd love to have you there, I'd love to have you there. There's a couple of festivals that done the same. And I was amazed, because I kind of feel, because I'm only tipping my toe in the water myself. Obviously I've been playing shows for years and years, but my own creation, it's the first time doing that. And to get, people interested in that already, asking me to come to various different places, has been really, really amazing. It's been a great thing to kickstart it all. So I'm really,
Absolutely.
really over the moon and want to thank everybody for that.
Now we've got some music here that you sent along, and tell us about this. What people are going to see. Some have said they've already fell in love with this and watch it 1,000 times, which is awesome. But for maybe viewers watching live around the world right now with us, or they're going to watch this in the archives, gang. For those of you, if you are scooting off because you're in the middle of working in the daytime, because it is still daytime here in the States. This entire episode, you joined us late. The entire episode in full is archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And you can also see the other 2 special guest appearances where Neil was on our show. And of course, all the other folks as well. We've had a lot of Irish guests, so many people have come of Irish background in every which way you can think of. Sir James Galway and Phil Coulter, and on and on and on. But so you can see this in the archives on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Don't forget to give it a like, leave a comment in the comments section, and subscribe to our channel. We would love that. It definitely takes a village, doesn't it, Neil?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
takes a village. Now, this is cool. Where are you here in this shot?
I'm in a venue in Dublin, and I decided to record this little show here. There's no audience. It's kind of like a studio showcase. But what I do with this particular concept was all the songs, because I had kind of so much to say about the backstories of all the songs. Before every song, I will talk about what they're about. But it'll be, I take a day out and I go all the way around like Wexford and down the coastline, and where I write a lot of music and stuff. So it goes back to me playing there in the studio. I'll perform the song. Then it'll go back to me down on the beach, down in Wexford, or up to town where I live. So yeah, it's a show in itself. It's an hour, and I think it's an hour and 5 minutes long. I wanted to put this together because I wanted people to see exactly what I do and what the show is like, So what I play on this gig here that you would see is what I'll be doing in on the tour plus more. The tour gig will be about an hour and a half long, So it was kind of a good Kickstarter for people to see what I do, and I got an amazing response for it. I really was overwhelmed with it, what people were saying. So I'd like to thank everybody for that too. It was their responses were incredible. It's given me a lot of confidence.
Before we show this, could you have ever imagined? I mean, I know how I feel when people come up to me and seen me over the years on television, radio, and stage, whatever. I'm humbled by it. I'm blessed, very grateful for the kind words that I hear from viewers, listeners, and just the general public, peers, people in the industry. I would imagine for you as well, Neil, it's got to be really very heartening to get the feedback and to know that people are so open and willing to pour their hearts out and tell you about their lives and how the music makes them feel so good. That's got to be a very special feeling for you, huh?
It's huge, Jim. It's huge. It really, really is. I think for me, it's probably the creating music, the creative end of it, and what you just said go hand in hand. They really do go hand in hand, because I find an honest creation in anything, that if it really, really does come from a place that you're just really enjoying what you're creating, and you feel an energy, a real positive energy to do that, and you feel that at the end of it, there will be something positive there forever. Like when you write a song and you feel that you've written something that has something to say and will bring something to people. It's an amazing thing. And then when you do get responses back from people say that song really resonated with me because maybe something I went through before, or just because I love the feel of it, I feel a spiritual connection to that song, or that's whatever it is. It's an amazing thing to hear how that affects different people. It really is. And I think it probably is the most important thing and rewarding thing of it all, you know. I mean, there's a concept, you know, when you're growing up, you want to be a rock star and you want to have all the money in the world and all. And of course, that's all good and it's innocent and all that type of thing. But when it gets down to the important stuff of what music actually really brings to people in a very honest way, that's where the wealth is. That's where it's important, and that's when I find I get so much out of it, you know.
That's the real riches in life, right?
Yeah,
those are the real. Absolutely. Here it is. Here art thou. This is sort of like a trailer, folks, and I know a lot of you are enjoying, and thanks for all the great comments, all of our faithful viewers watching around the world here on the Jim Masters Show live entertainment lifestyle celebrity talk show series. I also invite you to go back in the archives and you can peruse over 930, wow, I can't believe that, episodes we have done in this series as we are celebrating our 3-year anniversary, which is hard to believe. Yeah.
That might take a while, Jim.
Yeah. yeah. You might need to pace it out. If you're going to binge, pace it out, you know, this weekend and next weekend, and, you know, maybe watch 5 or 6 a day.
Over the holidays, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy them all. They're all there. All right. Here are those episodes for you to watch. And here art thou trailer with our great friend, Mr. Neil Byrne.
The hammers ring like bells and echo through the veils. We work the land, we were 200 years. Unto this cell I bid farewell. I wanna see no more. For it's many a weary hour I walk from window to the door. Call me Irish, working class boy from the streets of Tennessee. The champion of the world. And through the eyes of my father I'd be sending from our darkened light. Here art thou, guiding light.
That looks so incredibly cool, my friend. That looks so cool.
Thank you very much. You're very kind.
You know, also, your voice has always been fantastic. But it's as time has gone on, there's a seasoning to the sound and to the edges of the words. There's I don't know what it is. There's not a saltiness. There's a seasoning to it. You know what I mean? Like, I've lived life, I've gone through life, I've experienced life. You can actually hear it. I'm like a deep listener anyway. You can hear it in the textures of the sound of your voice, especially with this particular project. I picked that up right away. As soon as I heard you start with the first words, I was like, wow, there's something that's been happening, like, you know, the path of life, the journey of life. And you can hear it in the actual textural sounds of your voice, the maturing of the voice.
Right. That's interesting. It's interesting. It's a funny thing, I suppose. Like, sometimes it's very easy when you're singing kind of cover versions and stuff like that, which is great, which I do a lot, and you know, most singers do. But sometimes you can tend to put a little bit of a slant on it to where you feel it should be sung. And I'm an awful man for doing that. And I don't realize I'm doing it sometimes, where the best thing you can do is be yourself. Just be yourself for anything you sing. But I think writing your own music, and especially with songs that I've done over the last couple of years that have really meant so much to me, and every word I do hang on to because every word means something. I think that's when it really brings out such an honesty in the performance, you know. So it's an interesting thing that you say there. I never kind of thought of it like that, what you're saying about the vocal and the vocal sound, the texture of the vocal.
Yeah.
And maybe that is because it's come a little bit full circle with me in the sense that, you know, at the moment, I don't really want to do anything else but kind of songs that really mean an awful lot to me. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean to be even selfish in saying that, because you want to play songs that people in front of you as well want to hear. And I'll always do that.
Yes.
But when you do have a kind of a very spiritual connection to the songs, there's something huge about it, you know. There's something very, very big about it. Here's a question for you, actually, about one of the songs that I'd written recently. There was a little snippet of it there, and it's called Billy Irish. It's about a boxer called William Collins from Tennessee years ago. I don't know if you might have heard of his name, but anybody from over this side of the water that I talked to never did. But I just happened to come and read an article about this guy that was as the song said, they called him Irish. That was his boxing nickname, you know.
Right.
And he had fiery red hair.
Yeah.
Now, of Irish descent, of course. His father was his manager. But he won every boxing fight that he was in. He was a very talented boxer. But his biggest fight was in Madison Square Gardens, which was a title fight. And he was up against a Mexican fighter that was really, really tough. Yeah. Now, to cut a long story short, the fight went on for 10 full rounds. But Irish, his eyes and all, and his face was very swollen, really, really badly, to where the fight should have been stopped beforehand. The fight was awarded by unanimous decision to his opponent. But they found out after the fight that his opponent had 2/3 of the padding out of his gloves taken out. And also the straps on his hands that the boxers wrapped their hands in underneath the gloves to stop them injuring their hands, was like dipped in a plaster Paris that would have felt like being hit like with stone or with a brick or something. And he was disqualified. But it was a very, very sad ending to what happened. But William Collins himself was told by his doctors not to fight again or he'd lose his eyesight. And he went into a very bad depression as well. And he was drinking a lot. One night he was driving the car at speed under the influence, went off the road down a ravine and was killed instantly when he hit water. The reason I wrote a song about that was because I was just so taken by the guy's courage. He went 10 rounds fighting against this guy and stood, as the song says, to take every blow he was given. But when I heard about it, I'd never heard about this guy, and I follow the boxing a fair bit. Now, we're going back to the early 80s, but yet again, it affected me to hear that, you know. I've a number of friends that are boxers as well, you know, and to hear that about a guy that worked all his life to have his dream then completely shattered and it's the worst ending possible. Right. I just wanted to write a song in remembrance of how the you know, I suppose the courage the guy had, to to speak of his name again, you know, and I thought it was a story that really merited writing something, and to celebrate how such a courageous young boxer he was, you know.
How
So
cool that
the reason
is.
I bring it up is because people over this side, they've never really heard of it. And when I brought it up, there was a few people that messaged me and said, yeah, William Collins, we remember from Tennessee, the poor young kid, like, you know, pretty much. But that was no, it was just one of the songs, a little bit of one of the songs that you heard there, Billy Irish.
I wonder if you'll hear from any of the descendants, the family, once they realize there's a song that's paying homage to their relative.
Do you know, I would love to. I'd love to say hello to one of them. It'd be really, really nice, you know, because from what I've read and what I've seen, I really think an awful lot of William Collins and how good he was, how skillful he was, and he didn't deserve that fate at all, you know.
No.
But he deserves to be told of such an amazing boxer that he was, such a talent, and, you know, not forgotten, you know.
Cool. That is just, again, that was just a little teaser there of what is to come, folks. And this is really cool stuff. I know you're very excited, and this is a whole new venture for you to do it as the solo. And are there a lot of people that are going to be with you? You know, is it like a big crew, or just a couple of folks coming over and that's about it?
Jim, I started off back in 2009 as a part of a crew of 35 people, 4 buses and 3 trucks. That went down to 5 people in a van, and now it's come down to little old me in a car. So,
well, in this economy, that makes sense.
Certainly economy. It is economy.
The inflation, the cost of everything. Squeeze it all into that little Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what the thing is, Jim? You know, I'm so used to being around everybody and all the time, and I've always been like that with bands. I've never really, you know, especially touring, I've always had loads of people around me and doing a lot of stuff. I'm very lucky, a lot of stuff for me and all the management of everything. So the thoughts of going out and doing it all myself scares the living life out of me. But at the same time, I'm excited about it because it's a great challenge. I find it is a real challenge because I'm basically going out with a story to tell. And that's what I'm trying to do. And
right.
Yes, there's lots of logistics around it but my main goal is to go out and, like you said earlier, tell these stories and play these songs, and hopefully it will hit home with some people and they'll have something to carry with them, you know, get something positive out of it. So if I can do that, I should be able to drive the car from gig to gig and check into the odd hotel. I should be able to do that. I should be all right, you know. I mean, my mom will be saying a few prayers for me. There's no two ways about it, you know. But
yes, exactly. Maybe you'll even get a chance to dip in the Atlantic Ocean if you're near the ocean at all.
Yeah, I know.
That would be kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, I might need that. Well, listen, I'm doing 11 shows in 14 days, right? So it's not the easiest trip now, you know, but I am looking forward to just going out there and doing it, you know. As I said.
And you must, you know what I'm also getting here, which is really, really cool. There's a peace, there's a contentment, there's some sort of tranquility that I'm getting, a vibe from you. You know, like I said, the family, everything we've been through the last 3-4 years, whatever, just life in general. There's a different way of thinking. Maybe it's gone deeper, even more inspirational, but there seems to be like you're coming over, you're going to do those shows, you're going to have a good time. It's not as maybe frenetic, you know, it's busy and everything else, but maybe not as frenetic and crazy and running and jumping as it is when it's the larger situation like Celtic Thunder and other things. You seem to have found a sense of there's some peace and tranquility, contentment within. Am I picking up that vibe correctly, my friend?
Yeah, I suppose there is, like, like things can be hectic at times, obviously, but there is a contentment. And do you know what it is? I think as you grow older as a musician as well, you reach a point where you kind of, when you're reaching for the sun, moon, and stars, when you're a young musician, um, you feel a kind of a weight to do it and a drive to do it, and it's great. It is great, but it's a slog as well. I've kind of reached a point where I feel I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to write positive music, and as I said, paint those stories up in an emotive way that people really get something from it. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm not to go. Obviously, we all have to earn a living, of course we do, but yeah, I'm very, very content in what I'm trying to do, because I feel as well, when it's just yourself, you only have yourself to rely on, and I'm kind of happy with that, because one thing I've always done is work really hard. I'm not afraid to work hard, and I always, no matter what it is, as my father, God rest him, always said, he said, "Son, what you put in, you get out."
Yes.
And it's very, very true. If you prepare for something and you prepare well, that's what you will present yourself as when you go out there and do it, and then in whatever walk of life it is. So, but I am, to get back to what you're saying, to be content. I do feel kind of content in what I'm doing, and comfortable, and I have to say, you can only, if things are going okay in life, you have to embrace it.
Yes.
I don't have to be driving down the road in a Ferrari, even though I'd love a Ferrari, but I just, once you can just, it's funny, there's a song that I am actually going to be singing on the tour I've never done before, and it's called Áthas, and it's Irish for joy, and it's all about a poet talking about his experience of writing poetry,
Oh, that's cool.
Walking through the woods and walking beside the water, and I really related to that, because it's something I do as well. So I like you said, it's that contentment and that type of thing, and it's the honest kind of the honest delivery of something like that,
Yeah.
But I just noticed I'm disappearing into the darkness here, haven't I?
It's kind of interesting. It's very mysterious here. Now you're in an Irish castle or something, right?
I
think
know.
the kitchen is now closed. Last call for whatever you're going to have, folks. Last call. He's serving up the last round.
I know, Jim.
They're saying something about, which is kind of cool. I'm sure there's a story to it. Make sure when you come here, you drive on the right side of the road. Make sure that you find a gas station, and make sure you don't lose your phone. Hold on to your phone.
They know me only too well. I know. I don't have 4 or 5 people around me to look after me when I leave my phone in a gas station, and I only know there's 30 miles up the road, Yes, that was very true. I know.
Happens to the best of us, my friend. It happens to the best of us.
I know. But it'll be great. It'll be really, it'll be great seeing everybody. And
yes,
as I said, it's even people putting up comments like that. You just know
incredible.
you're in safe hands when you go out. We know a lot of people that are going to be going to the shows. That
yes,
it's a comfort. It's a real comfort. Put it that way.
It really, really is. And gang, there is the website. Check it all out there. He's got the dates. He's got the cities, ways to get the tickets. You can find out about the new music and everything that he's got going on. neilbyrnemusic.com. The site is rich with information and content and interactivity, and it's always updated. So definitely check that out. And of course, all the social media, we're both on it. So you can check everything out there. And we're definitely going to have you back, my friend. This is too good. Everybody loves it, but I love it too. I just love engaging, and you and I just, it's so effortless and automatic.
It's easy. It absolutely.
Really,
yeah. And I would say to everybody out there, listen, do absolutely come on to the Jim Master Show and look through the archives there. There's so many amazing episodes from so many people from over the last few years, and obviously all the ones that will be coming up as well, Jim, for people to see. You know, it's always so entertaining, you know, and thanks for that.
I appreciate that. Absolutely. Kind words, my friend. What would the Neil of today say to this Neil? What would be his advice?
What would you shave that awful yoke off your skin, Neil? Will you please? Yeah. Oh
It's a
my
cool
God.
look.
Yeah. Do you know what? This is the truth, right? I said to my dear Nicole, my partner, there not so long ago, so I'm thinking of getting what about I get my eyebrow ring back in again, you know? I said, no, I'm going out and doing my own thing, like, you know, it could be a nice edgy look or something. And there was a silence. There was a silence. And I just looked at her and I said, I'm too old, am I? She said, yeah, maybe you're too old. Okay, fair enough. That's grand. Yeah. I've gone past me rock and roll days.
You go past that. When you were in the studio, I'm like, look, folks, they're going to be big. They're going to be big. You heard it here first. These guys are going to be big.
Yeah. I know.
I tell you.
Jim, do you know what I can do? Would you like me to sing you out with a verse or something?
Hey, that would be cool. Wow.
I'll do a quick verse or something, right?
That would be
just in case I had the guitar here beside me. It might sound terrible.
Can you see the guitar?
I know. It is here, right?
It's kind of cool. This is mood lighting.
Yeah.
All right. What are you going to
sing?
I'll give you
a verse and a chorus or whatever, you know. This is the song I was talking about. I'll do no, I won't do all. So, Billy Irish, that one about the boxer. Okay, perfect. So I'll just do a verse or two.
Cool. All right, here's Neil Byrne.
Tell me if this sounds okay.
Sounds terrific.
It's okay. They call me Irish, a working class boy from the streets of Tennessee, a champion of the world. Through the eyes of my father I'd be. They called me Irish, left blood, sweat and tears on that canvas each day. A fiery young soul with so much to say. And I would fight with every beat of my heart to take every blow I'd been given, no matter how long it would take to tear me apart. With every blood that I'd shed, well, they had written in red a guilty plea. For in his gloves they had found what ended my dreams, and the life of a brother and son. The days of a fighter had come and they'd gone. From the fight to the crawl, from the edge to the rise and fall. And I would fight with every beat of my heart to take every blow I've been given, no matter how long it must take to tear me apart. They called me Irish. They called me Irish. They called me Irish.
Really nice, my friend.
So that's a short version of that one.
That's a nice song. It really is. It just, and the way you deliver it, it's just, it draws you in, like you want to hear more, and it's amazing, you know?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I thought I'd leave you on a musical note anyway. That
is really, really cool. And I really appreciate the time. You know, you and I, we do a little chat, and it's always really something fantastic, my friend. And some of the folks saying, give Nicole, Flora, and Ren big hugs from us, and
absolutely, thank
all
you.
of our thanks for the lovely show. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Jim. The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is Neil's. We absolutely love having you guys from all around the world coming together here in Lovety Hall on the Jim Masters Show and checking it all out. Neil, you're the best, my friend, truly. And I
you, sir.
really,
Thank you for having me.
the pleasure is all mine. And I'm so glad that, we stayed together all of these years, ever since Celtic Thunder came over here to the States. And it really means a lot to me that, in the busyness of your life, and with it being later in the evening there, that you decided to stop by and say hello and, update us on all the cool things happening in your life. And best of luck. Let's definitely stay in touch, my friend. Keep me posted on all. I'm sure we'll see each other in the flesh again real soon. And best of luck with the tour and safe travels, and best to you and the family. And say hi to the guys and let them know we got the door open for them to pop on the show as well.
I will indeed, Jim. And good night to everybody. Well, I suppose it's good night to me. As you can see, the sun's gone down.
This is so cool. And our mystery guest is
I know.
Well, the ghost of Neil Byrne.
Have a great day. Okay, I just slide back into the darkness here. All right.
Yeah. Did you not pay the light bill this month, or
Nicole must have forgot?
Times are tight, folks.
Times are tight. Exactly.
You're the best, my friend.
Nice, and God bless.
You too. Take care, Neil. All the best. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Was that fun or what, gang? Right here on the Jim Masters Show. All the way, we closed the place, as they say. We closed the place. His light was dimming because they're 5 hours ahead of us. That's why we started our show at 3 p.m. Eastern here, which is 8 p.m. For him in Ireland. And let's take a look at some of the comments that have been coming in. I mean, we have lots of comments, and thank you everybody for your comments. We would love it if you really enjoyed this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show Series. That's a mouthful. Give it a like. There's a like icon on our YouTube channel. Click the thumbs up like and drop a comment on the channel. Even if you commented in our Lovety Hall chat room, which we appreciate, drop a comment, interact with us on our channel. Let us know how much you enjoyed this. What did you enjoy about this episode? What do you enjoy about the Jim Masters Show live series coming to you from the United States and beaming all across around the world? We want to welcome everybody here in North America, the United States and Canada, all of our viewers and friends that watch in South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. We welcome you all. Good to see you here. And also don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. The show is The Jim Masters Show. The channel is Jim Masters TV. Click the subscribe button, and don't forget to also click the notification bell icon, little bell icon there, so you'll be alerted every time we have special episodes, guests, and all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to take a look at a couple more of the comments coming in. Wow. We have a lot flowing in here. As we always do, our shows are always busy, and we love the interactivity. So one of the things I always said I wanted to do is have the interactivity. And Margaret says, thanks, Jim and Neil, for the chat. Love to Nicole and the girls. Absolutely. Kathleen in New York City. Great having you here again, Neil. Absolutely. Nancy Beers says, enjoyed the show. Neil has so many stories to tell. And yes, I'm Irish on my father's mother's side. They hail from Ireland. And we are storytellers and joke tellers. We like to have a good time. And because life can be tough, right? Life can be crazy. And if you're looking for some inspiration, entertainment, great conversations, and lots of surprises, join us again on the Jim Masters Show Live series. And all of our episodes are archived for your viewing pleasure. And whether you watch live or later on. Jim, thank you for having Neil on your show. Joey, thank you as well for being here. And it's kind of cool. The lighting on his end and the lighting on my end gave us sort of like these little tans. We're going to be headed to Florida, actually, this weekend. My sister's birthday is this weekend, and then Mother's Day here in the United States is the following Sunday. So we're going to be spending time at the ocean with our family in Florida, and we cannot wait. Thanks, Jim, for another great interview. Mary Ann Virgil, the pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine. Barbara, you are very welcome. Marsha Watson, one of our JMS Lovities. Good to see you, Marsha. Such a lovely afternoon. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. We work really hard behind the scenes here. If you enjoyed it and you want to support our series, there's super chat, super emojis, super stickers in the chat room. And at any time on our YouTube channel, there's a little heart icon called Super Thanks. If you click on that, that helps support all of these episodes and everything we do here behind the scenes at the Jim Masters Show to put on hundreds and hundreds of episodes, over 900 episodes. Could you imagine that? You are very welcome, Mary Ann. The pleasure is all mine. And thanks for all the lovity and all the comments. Thank you, Ruth, for being here, and Vicky for being here, and Barbara, and Denise. Thank you, and Merlin, of course, as well. A mixture of our regular lovities, lots of new people, and of course, a lot of familiar faces as well. Absolutely. Thanks for all these great comments. Really, really nice. Look at all this. Wow. Hopefully we didn't miss anybody. If we did, I'm sure we'll see it in the archives. Lots of claps, lots of hearts. Yeah, only the best on JMS. And Neil and I, we were chatting about him coming back on because he has the tour. And thank you, Deborah and Sharon. And thank you, Jim and Neil. Another enjoyable afternoon. Sharon, thank you as well. We, again, welcome everybody watching all across the United States and around the world. Thank you, Neil. Looking forward to your shows. Kathy, it's so good to have you here as well. And Amanda, fabulous. Thank you. Joe Megan B. Good to see you, Joe Megan B. How are you? Glad that you're here. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Thank you very much. Rhonda and Margaret and Jane watching in Sweden, one of our regular lovities. This has been a lovely show. Thank you, Neil, for being here tonight. Thank you, Jim. The pleasure is all mine. And Mary, thank you. Thank you, Jim and Neil, for such a great show. My pleasure. He even sang for us live, and you got a chance to see the trailer as well, which we had talked about. And everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care, fellas. See you on the cruise. Absolutely. A couple of you had mentioned that he and I have a great rapport together. You know, we always have, even when we're in the television studio. Some of those photos you saw are on PBS. And when Celtic Thunder first came over to the United States, I was tasked with interviewing them, all the guys, including George Donaldson. Interviewed George and Damien and Ryan and Emmett O'Hanlon. Emmett O'Hanlon's going to be coming back on the Jim Masters Show soon, too. Yeah, we're very excited about that. Keith Harkin's been here. Damien's been here. Colin Keegan's been here. Ryan's been here. And we hope to welcome them all back. And as I mentioned, Celtic Woman, they've all been here as well. And Mairead Nesbitt's been here. And go back and look at the archives. A lot of guests from Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, stage, food, sports, comedy from all around the world. Some of your Hollywood stars, actors and actresses, soap opera stars have been here, child stars, world famous singers and musicians, and a lot of celebrity friends, people I've interviewed on television or radio, other places, have stopped by the Jim Masters Show, and all of the folks like Celtic Thunder, Celtic Woman, and many others, Foster and Allen, as I mentioned, James Galway. Thank you very much, Soraya. So good to see you, and Becky Burke as well. Wish your sister a happy birthday from your lovities, Margaret. I shall. We'll be there Saturday, and family gathering. And we're going out to a hibachi, Japanese hibachi restaurant. She loves Japanese hibachi, you know, where they cook in front of you and they throw the food in the air. And yeah, we're all, the family's getting together, and that's where my sister wants to go. And then there's another family gathering on Sunday this weekend. And then time with family and Mother's Day. And so we had to juggle a lot of things because you guys know I work in television and I work in radio, and I'm on the air all day, either on TV shoots in the studio or hosting radio shows, or I'm on location. We just got back from Canada. And so my days are very, very crammed and busy, but I love it. And so to pull it off so we can all gather and head to beautiful, warm and sunny Florida, it's going to be nice to spend time with everybody, is going to be great. Thank you, Rhonda. And Rhonda is so excited. You don't know how happy Rhonda is, because she has been trying for the longest time to be able to comment. And for some reason, there was some reason with a setting of hers or something, she wasn't able to comment. And she wanted so desperately to be able to comment in the comments and all in the chat room. And there you are. You did it. You didn't give up. You did it. And I think that's awesome. That is awesome. So we will do that. We'll be back tomorrow. We've got another extraordinary guest tomorrow as well. And in the meantime, check it all out. Yes, I would agree, which was kind of nice, wasn't it? You love the Irish artists, gain so much insight into the lives thanks to you. Thank you, Nancy. I really do. I do like to have conversations. That's why we don't call these interviews. We call these conversations on the Jim Masters Show. You know, a little bit warmer, fun, and we get into some deep chat, as you've seen, but we also like to keep some of it light, and we like to bring all of you in. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And everybody that's been kind enough to say all these wonderful comments. Lisa, so good to see you as well. And we don't say goodbye around here. You know what we say? We say, see you later. And your friends here, Mr. George Burns. I know you guys like to see George. There he is with his cigar and his red hanky. He's one of our characters on the Jim Masters Show, and he's been with us for a long time now. Would you believe we are actually celebrating our 3-year anniversary? We're going to put a little special together, but we're just about at the 3-year mark. Our show has been on the air 3 years now. Neil's been with us. This is the 3rd time, which is great. And we have done about 930 episodes in just 3 years. That's amazing, George, isn't it? George thinks it is, and it is. It's a lot of guests and conversation and everybody else. Thank you very much. Thanks. I'll give the family your love. Love George Burns, I know. So do I. Wonderful hearing from Neil. Great show. Wish Neil safe travels on a solo tour. As do I. As do I. What a great group we have here, right? Of all of you watching around the world, we've come together on the Jim Masters Show live series. Some of you are with us for the first time. Some of you have been here since day one. Some of you have come along because of a guest that's been on our show that you enjoy. Some know me from being on television and radio and stage and film here in America, and you've come along following my work. Some, you know each other and you've told each other about our series. And I think that's so cool. Continue to do that. Spread the word about the Jim. I don't need this anymore. You're probably wondering, what is this wire he has? That's so you can hear the guest and I can hear the music and various elements. But now I don't need that. So we'll put it there. So a little behind the scenes there for you. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a good day wherever you're watching around the world, watching live or watching this later. You can see this later. We archive everything just for you. And again, you know, some people have discovered our show because a friend told them, or a family member or a colleague said, you've got to watch this show. It's the Jim Masters Show. It's so different. It's unique. It's not like just interviews. They have a good time and we interact and there's all kinds of entertainment and all these great guests from all around the world and celebrities and so much more. Yeah, that's what we do. And we do it for all of you and you and you and you. So I love doing it. And it's a pleasure. And having my buddy Neil Burns stopping by again for the 3rd time exclusively on the Jim Masters Show was something quite special. We actually put this together quite quickly so we can mention his tour. NeilByrnemusic.com is the website. to check it all out. But again, as I mentioned, we go way back to the very beginning. This is in the studio, to the very beginning. We have many more pictures, but I just quickly grabbed a few here of us over the years with the guys, and cool stuff. There's just a few of the shots that we have of many. Good times and good times here on the Jim Masters Show with all of you. We thank our buddy Neil Byrne, joining us live from Ireland. Singer, musician, songwriter, Celtic Thunder, Byrne Kelly, and the solo career of Neil Byrne right here on the Jim Masters Show. Spread the word. Tell everybody you know on planet Earth our show is here. Like, comment on our comment section, subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell. We love you all. We don't say goodbye around here, gang. We say see you later, ciao, cheers, sláinte, shalom, sayonara, avida zain, hasta la vista. We say hejda, moya loop, cheerio, take care, be well. We never say goodbye around here. We say, take care. And you guys, wow, it's 5 o'clock in the morning where you are in Japan, and the day is about to begin. Thank you so much. Fun Live for the Fun Live Gym. Thank you very much for watching in Japan, where it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Jane in Sweden, where it's, I think, 4 o'clock or so. He's got you beat. They have you beat in Japan because it's 5 a.m. in Japan. Wow. So you're starting your day with the Jim Masters Show. We love you in Japan. We love Japan and our Japan viewers and our viewers all throughout Asia. We love having you here. Thank you for being with us. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, your time in Japan, that means a lot. Thank you, Margaret, and everybody, no matter what time of day it is, because I know in Australia it's tomorrow already, and it's tomorrow in Japan and other parts of the world. So wherever you're watching, we thank you for spending some time with us. We love you. And I say toodaloo. That's an old school word, right? Rhonda Murphy, the Virginia Beach area there. We love that. Gang, we love you all. Be well. Take care. And if you didn't see the special we did with Carol Burnett being celebrated, it was epic. We had a special tribute as Carol Burnett marked her 90th birthday. I met Carol Burnett on several occasions, and she's absolutely wonderful and beautiful and funny and real and warm. She has no ego about her. Take a look in the archives on our YouTube channel. We did a wonderful special. We had some celebrity friends, those who worked with her on the Carol Burnett Show, dancers and actors. The son of Harvey Korman, the wonderful actor Harvey Korman, who starred on the Carol Burnett Show, was a guest on that episode as well. And so much more. Coming up soon, Greg Goldston, world-renowned mime, is going to be joining us here on the show. Isn't that a cool photo of him? He's going to be joining us, and so many others. Just check out our YouTube channel, and we try to sprinkle them on. It takes a long time to put these episodes together, to build them and create them with all the content, but we try to get them as far out ahead as we can so you can check them all out in advance. And don't forget, if you click the notification bell when you subscribe to the channel, you'll be alerted every time we have all these. Well, we're basically on every day, but every time we have things that you definitely don't want to miss. Don't want to miss. Deb, so good to see you as well. And Joey, thank you. And Jane, and you're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. Thanks for watching in Japan. We absolutely love that. I'm your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we really, really appreciated the time. We appreciated you guys stopping by what we call Lovety Hall and spending all this time with us. And we hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you did, leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know how much you did. And we will be here right here waiting for you for the next episode coming up of the Jim Masters Show live series. This was cool. Thanks for being with us, gang. Take care. Be well. Sláinte. And we'll see you on the next episode. Jim Masters thanking you for your time this time. Till next time. Be well. Cheers.